On April 1st and April 2nd of 2005, baby Rowan, a viable little baby boy at almost 23 weeks gestation, was born alive into the toilet of Epoch Abortion Clinic. He was medically neglected and allowed to die in spite of the fact that 911 was called. Not one medical personnel ever investigated or even went to examine the little infant. And I want to know why. What I've been so concerned about, since I've known that infants were born alive inside the abortion clinics for many, many years, and never been able to get anybody to do anything about it. When baby Rowan was born alive, and we had a first-hand witness who was willing to come publicly, and here, this is a mother who actually paid for her little boy to be murdered. So she has nothing to gain from telling the truth. Really, it's a shame and a disgrace to her. She realizes she's the one who brought her son there. She's the one who paid them to kill him. So for her to come forward is really, it was a very brave thing to do, because it sheds a very horrible light upon her. But in spite of the fact that there's an eyewitness to the live birth of a little boy, a viable baby boy, no one has ever interviewed her. No one from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, or the Police Department, or the Agency for Healthcare Administration. No one from the governor's office. No one, not the Justice Department, who should be involved in actively seeking justice in cases where the Born Alive Infant Protection Act is violated. No one has ever sought for any justice in the case of this little boy who has an eyewitness to his birth. And I'm telling everybody this so that justice can be done for Rowan and for all the little babies like Rowan. I think what Angel, the reason she called her friend instead of calling 911 herself, is that she was holding her son. And I believe she wanted to leave it to her friend to go through all the trouble of explaining everything to the 911 callers, which in the end actually did turn out to be, I don't know how long the phone call was, but it's a long tape, that 911 tape. It took forever for them to figure out what they were what the caller was calling about. So Angel left it to her friend to do all that because she felt she needed to stay paying attention to her son. Angel was willing to tell her story when it first happened, so she was willing to come public with it. But now, in the more than a year and a half since the birth and the death of her son, she is trying to get past what she did to her baby and what happened and the fact that nobody ever did anything. She just doesn't want to keep thinking about it.